So this is Algebra 1, Common Core, January 2016, number 1. In this function, f of x equals x minus 2 squared plus 4, the minimum value occurs when x is ... Now, when they say the minimum value occurs, they're not talking about the minimum value of x. It's not just asking for the smallest number over here, which is negative 4. It's asking for the minimum value of the function output, which will be when f of x is smallest. For this kind of question, if you would like, all you need to really do is just plug in each possible answer choice into x and evaluate it, see what the right side comes out to be, and whichever one's the smallest, whichever one ends up giving me the smallest as my answer for f of x, that is my answer here. So at the very least, this should just be plug it in, see if you can get points out of it. It's just like should be a guaranteed set of points. Now, if you want to save a little bit of time and be a little smart about it, what you should notice is I have a square symbol here. I have an exponent of squared, which means that even if this inside parentheses part becomes negative, if I say, well, here, let's take a look over here. We'll see number 1 as an example. So I'm going to plug in x equals negative 2 here. So let's evaluate that over here. So if x is negative 2, I'll rewrite the right side of my function with negative 2 minus 2 and squared plus 4. Negative 2 minus 2, negative 2, 2 more negative becomes negative 4 squared plus 4. And now here I've got negative 4 squared, which means negative 4 times negative 4. Well, a negative times a negative becomes a positive. So this actually becomes 16 plus 4, because negative 4 times negative 4 is positive 16. 16 plus 4 gets me 20 as my answer for number 1. So even though it's a negative number in the x, I put negative 2 in for the x, I end up with 20 as my answer. That seems kind of large. So even if I get big negative numbers here, it's going to multiply out to become positive because of this squared symbol over here. So if we're smart about it, what we want to do is get this number in here, the absolute value, as close to 0 and as small as possible. And I notice for answer choice 2, well, I put 2 minus 2, that's going to get me 0, and 0 squared, it's still just 0. And so I'll get 0 plus 4, which will get me 4 as my value for f of x, as opposed to 20 here. Here, this gets even more negative. This becomes negative 6 squared, right? Because negative 4 minus 2 is negative 6. And over here, it's not as big. It's 4 minus 2, which is positive 2. But positive 2 squared plus 4 is still going to be more than this minimum value. So I know for sure that this must be my minimum value. The answer here is 2. Now, if you want to just check, again, like I said at the beginning, just plug every single one in like we did here for the first answer choice, and you'll find a bunch of different values. And when I had answer with x is 2 in it, you'll find that's the smallest. That is my minimum value.